Guba Diaspora Card welcomes you to the land of gold, Ghana. The Guba Diaspora Card is a unique loyalty card which gives you the opportunity to enjoy discounts of up to 15% on goods and services. You enjoy discounts of the best of hotels, amazing restaurants, beauty lounges, spas, health centers, fashion houses and shopping centers in Ghana. The Guba Diaspora Card can also be used as a prepaid Visa card with Access Bank, our partners, offering you conveniences on all payment platforms. Applications is safe, secure and valuable. Visit www.gubadiaspora.com. Guba Diaspora Card, the best travelling companion to Ghana. Good evening and welcome to the DENTAA Show. I'm joined by Selina Bebb, who's an award-winning Ghanaian fashion brand that specialises in accessories. Selina, welcome to the DENTAA Show.
Thank you. I've always wanted to be on a DENTAA show, so this is such an honour.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, we're here today in Ghana, in Osu, in your shop. Can you tell us exactly where it's located?
So my shop is in Osu, down the Photo Club Road. As soon as you get to Osu, you just keep going straight down till you see Selina Bebb sign on your left. It's near Radio XYZ, the old Radio XYZ building. Okay, where you used to work. You used to be a radio. We'll talk about that. Okay. But what is Selina's full name and what region are you from? My full name is Selina Bebb Akomensa, and I'm from the Volta region. The northern part of the Volta region. Okay. So I'm from the sort of Akan side, but we're known as Guans.
Oh, okay. Yeah, is both your parents from?
No, my dad is from there. Okay. And my mom is Adan.
Let's go back. So when you started out, why did you do law? Why did you do journalism? Why are you not doing it now?
I studied law because my dad encouraged me to. My father encouraged me to. Okay. You know, he said, I like talking. I do like talking, and I like arguing. So he said, I think you'd be a fine lawyer. You know, why don't you try law? And you know, I was 18 at the time, and I was a bit confused. I sort of liked media, journalism, but I wasn't even sure what course you study to become a journalist and all that, you know. So when my father came up with a law thing, I said, okay, let me try. You know, I thought I was young and fearless and I could do anything I put my mind to, which I think I can.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So I thought, you know, I'll try it out. But once I started my law degree, I realized that it wasn't for me. I didn't like it. I wasn't passionate about it. I found it boring, tedious, too much hard work. It's a lot of reading and all that. So after my law degree, I decided to abandon the law thing because I just thought, I don't think I'm going to be a good lawyer.
Do you think that sometimes our parents kind of instill things in us that we don't actually want to do? For instance, I know that every Ghanaian wants their child to be an accountant, a doctor, etc. Do you feel that you were kind of forced into it? Do you think that has benefited you even studying that?
Our generation, I think our parents were a bit pushy, you know, they were trying to sort of, not maybe force you. I wouldn't say my father forced me, but he encouraged me. I was encouraged to do the law thing, you know. But I think it's changing now. I believe our generation,
definitely.
We're allowing our kids to spread their wings. We try to find what they're passionate about, what they're good at, and we encourage it. I don't think I wasted years or money or anything because I still have that knowledge I acquired. Studying law, all those years living in the UK. I worked in customer service a lot. I worked in the financial sector as well briefly, and I feel that has equipped me to be able to manage my business well.
What type of shops did you, because I know you worked at Marks and Spencer. Where else did you work?
I worked in Argos, I worked in Boots the Chemist, Habitat. I also worked with a financial company called ICS as well. And there were good days, there were bad days as well, but generally I did enjoy my stay in the UK. The last few years were not so good. You know, I was made redundant twice. Oh gosh. Yes, and that is what really pushed me to move back to Ghana. I said, this is God talking to me. God wants me to just move back. You know, I mean, I could have pushed and stayed, but I just felt Ghana calling. Ghana was just knocking, and I just felt this strong edge. Even though some friends tried to discourage me, some said I was crazy because they said no matter how hard things are in England, it's definitely better than Ghana. And I said no. If you know, there's no place like home. At least my parents are there. I'm sure they were coming back with open arms, which they did. You know, so I moved back, and here I am. Wow. 9 years later.
You haven't regretted?
Nope, best decision ever.
So you've said that you learned a few things in the UK that you've brought back. What are some of those things that you've brought back to the job that you're doing now?
Okay, so I worked a lot in customer service. I was a customer service manager in a couple of companies, and And so I'm big on that. You know, I take that very serious with my work because I believe the experience that a customer has in your shop is what will bring them back again and again. You know, it's good to do quality bags. Yes, the quality of your bags will also bring them back, but the service is also important because if you have a good product and the service is bad, people are not going to come. You know, they'll come the first time and they won't feel like coming again. But to be able to maintain and sustain your customers and have loyal customers, your customer service just has to be on point. So I'm really big on that. So that's one of the things that I'm grateful for, you know, that I learned in the UK, and I'm very grateful for. You know, my law background as well also helps me when I get contracts with big companies. I know what kind of contracts to do with them. I know the law, I know about intellectual property law, even though in Ghana it's hard to apply them, but at least I have the knowledge, you know, so where need be, I know what to do.
Okay, so then you came back to Ghana and then you decided to do journalism.
I decided to do journalism because I've always found the media intriguing. You know, I love Oprah Winfrey, I'm obsessed with her. Ever since the first time I saw the Oprah Winfrey show in 1994.
Wow.
I just thought I want to be like this woman. You know, I just love the way she conducts her program, the way she impacts lives. You know, my sister lost a lot of weight just watching the Oprah Winfrey show because she saw how Oprah lost weight. And so she went on a weight loss journey, watching the show and everything. And I used to find some encouragement every time I watched the show. I would see Dr. Phil, Iyala Banzas, you know, and they would motivate me because there were some hard times in England, you know, and I can say the Oprah Winfrey show and God saw me through some really difficult times, you know, and some good friends as well in the UK. They know themselves, God bless them. So so that's how my interest in journalism arose. But you know, I was encouraged to do law, so I thought, okay, that's not going to happen. But when I decided to move back, I thought to myself, let me explore that field. Perhaps this is what I'm meant to do, or this is what I'll excel at. So luckily, just within a few weeks of moving back to Ghana, GBC training school. I was admitted at the GBC training school because I saw an advert on TV that they were recruiting for, you know, to train people in broadcasting techniques. So I said, okay, maybe this is a good place to start because I know GBC has the best when it comes to broadcasting. They're very professional. And you know, they teach you phonetics and trust me, I lived in England for 11 years, but it was at GBC that I learned how to pronounce things phonetically. Excellent. So I was trained at GBC, then I was employed. I was the first person out of my intake to be employed by GBC. So by the end of 2008, I was a presenter at GBC. Yes, I was presenting a High Life program. Imagine me, British woman. I started off presenting a High Life program called High Life is Alive. And I wasn't big on High Life music at the time, to be honest. You know, because I wanted to do TV, remember? I was supposed to be the African Oprah Winfrey. But GBC TV rejected me. They said my chest was too big. And the viewers would be looking at my chest and not listening to me. So they said I'll be good for radio. And they said I had a radiogenic voice. I said, okay. So I started with radio, doing the High Life is Alive. Then I started hosting talk shows on radio, you see. It wasn't on TV.
It wasn't on TV, but it was still...
I was, you know, So it was a relationship program called From Me to You. It's been on GBC. It's one of the longest running programs on GBC radio. So I was presenting at the time because the presenter at the time was on maternity leave. And then it became my program for about 3 years. Before finally I moved to Radio XYZ in 2012.
What made you move?
Because at GBC I felt like I was underutilized. Yes, I was only hosting 2 programs on the show, the High Life program and then the relationship program. So I was only working twice a week.
So accessories and African print has boomed. What made you get into this field?
So in 2012 when I was at Radio XYZ, that was when I started getting that calling and urge to start my brand. And that came about because I love accessories. Especially bags, you know, because I always tell people I'm a big woman with big feet. So finding lovely dresses in my size was a bit of a challenge, even in England. Finding shoes in my size was a bit of a challenge. But you know, with accessories, it doesn't matter what size you are, whether it's size 0 or a size 30. You can use this bag. I can use this bag. I can wear these beads. You're wearing one as well, even though you know, you are much smaller than me.
It's true.
So that is when I fell in love with accessories, because I realized that with accessories, it didn't matter. It was easy to get it. And also, because I couldn't get clothes that were so fashionable, and you know when you're big, they tell you wear black because it slims you. So I used to wear black so much. My parents hated it when I moved back to Ghana. They're like, can't you wear something colorful? You're always in black, you know. But yeah, so I used to wear black a lot in England. So I'll buy colorful accessories and then accessorize them. So that passion for fashion and especially for accessories was there from when I was young. And then moving back to Ghana in 2008, I realized that the African prints, everything was trendy. Everything, especially the bags. You know, people were doing the African print bags. I love them. My friends and family loved them. So I used to buy from a couple of designers. And then my friends would take it for me, or sometimes they'll buy them for me, or they always compliment me and say, "Wow, this bag is nice." So I started thinking, okay, there's a market for this thing, you know. But you know, because I always loved accessories, and I had a secret dream that maybe one day I have my own leather handbag collection. So I always thought I want to do leather handbags, but I didn't even think it was something I could do. You know, it's just one of those things you think. It's like you meet someone, you're like, oh, I'd love to be a lawyer one day, but they feel like they don't have the time or the money to go to law school. You know, that was me. So I was thinking, oh, I can't do it. Or even if I can do it, maybe when I'm in my 50s and I'm so rich, you know. But when I saw how trendy the African print bags and accessories were, and the fact that there was a market for it, I started thinking, maybe I should try, maybe I should venture there. And guess what? God confirmed it for me. He started putting it into a dream. I started dreaming about it. Yes, I started dreaming about it. I thought about it so much that I started dreaming about it. So I'll dream in all over the world, from England to the US to Asia to Australia. People are rocking my bags, rocking my footwear, rocking my jewelry. So I just woke up and I said, this dream can be a reality. Maybe I should do this, you know. And the first person I told was my sister. And she was like, try it. I think you can do anything you put your mind to. I believe in you. Because I thought she was going to discourage me. She was going to say, hey, madam, the law thing didn't work out. You went to media, now you want to do fashion, you know. But she was encouraging.
That's nice.
And she even helped me come up with the name Selena Babe.
Really?
Yes, because she said, you know, you're on radio, people already know the name, and the Babe is like a short version of our last name. And people always called my dad Uncle Babe. Yes, and so then we also became Babe. I'm Adjoa, so people used to call me Adjoa Babe. My sister's mommy, they used to call her mommy Babe. So she was like, use the Selena Babe, then people can identify with you. And that is how I started this whole fashion thing.
Wow. We're going to go for a commercial break. We'll be back to talk more Selena Babe.
Thinking of having a quick bite at Starbites? Well, with the Gooba Diaspora card, you can enjoy 15% off. Subscribe now. Gooba Diaspora card, the best traveling companion to Ghana. Terms and conditions apply.
They say dreams can come true, and Selena is a testimony to that. Selena, so you started out with this dreaming about bags, and you spoke to your sister about it, and your sister endorsed it and was like, sis, go ahead, do it. And you were then selling your bags from your car boot.
Because at the time I was working at Radio XYZ, I couldn't even afford to rent a shop. So I was selling for my car boots. I would make the bags, put them in my car boots. After I'd finished my radio show, then I run off, go meet people, go to people's offices, people's homes. And social media helped a lot. Yes, I created a Facebook page. So most people reached me through Facebook. I put pictures there, then they'll contact me, I'll go meet them up. Yeah, and it wasn't always easy. There are times you go all the way to someone's house, they look at the things and they'll be like, you don't have the type I like, you know? Yeah, and they wouldn't buy. But I just always said to myself, one day this will be over. They will come running and chasing me to my shop. And so I did that for a year, from 2012 to 2013, when finally I managed to rent my shop right here in Osu, and I'm still here after 4 years. God has been so good. Yeah, so that's how it started.
So then,
Very
where were
small.
you buying your materials from? Like, how were you doing the bags?
Okay, so I've always loved African prints. So I had a stash of African prints. Yes, I used to buy. My mom used to give me some. So
buy from where? Where were you buying from?
I was buying from Woodin. You know, Woodin has a GTP.
Yeah,
Woodin and GTP under the same family. So I used to buy Woodin and GTP fabrics from the Woodin shop right here in Osu.
Yeah,
because I just love my prints, especially the GTP ones. Yes, and then leather was the problem. That was a huge challenge because I was like, where am I going to get raw leather? I kept getting the fake ones. And I was like, no, I want to do raw leather because I'm big on raw leather. You know, I love the feel and the smell and just how holding the leather bag feels, you know. So I managed to find a supplier after about a month. Wow. It took a long time and I found a supplier. They import the leather from Italy. So initially, I used to buy from them. Now, by the grace of God, I travel quite a lot to Italy. So now when I go to Italy, I just buy them directly from there.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, so it's quite expensive doing that. But hey, I get really good quality leather. You can see the one right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's how it started. I started just 200 CDs because like I said, I already had the African print. So all I needed was leather. And I could only afford 200 CDs worth of leather. So I got the leather, got the hardware that I needed, like the chain and the logs and everything. And then finding a bag maker too was the biggest challenge. Yes, because remember, I have a lot background in communications and law. I didn't know how to sew, I didn't know anything about fashion, but I had a natural creativity and ideas that came to me.
Okay.
Yes, so I had all these ideas, all these design ideas, and I needed someone to bring it to life.
Yes.
And that one too took 3 months.
Wow, before you found somebody.
Because I'm such a
perfectionist.
perfectionist.
So at the beginning you were doing it yourself?
No, I wasn't doing it myself.
Okay.
I bought the right, this is before it actually all took off.
Okay.
Yeah. I started dreaming in January. Okay. So it was in March. It took 3 months. At the end of March in 2012 that I found the first bag maker who was even able to get me something close to the quality. It still wasn't what I wanted, you know, but at least it was close to the quality because I'd found a couple prior to that, but I wasn't happy with what they gave me. It looked like what was already around. Okay. And I felt like if I'm going to do it, mine has to be the best. It has to be better than what is already out there. So yeah.
What makes Selena Bebb's bags different from the ones that are out?
It is the kind of raw material I use. I use the best in raw material that you can find for making bags. And also my designs. I make sure my designs are different. I believe it's my unique designs. You know, I call my pieces iconic pieces because they're so nice. And people tell me they feel so special when they hold my bags. And I tell them yes, because they're made for royals.
How many different types of bags have you produced?
From the top of my head, I would say I've made at least 30 different designs for the bags.
Wow.
Yes, and for the shoes too, I would say probably about 15 different kinds of designs. Yeah. And
how is business in Ghana?
Business in Ghana is tough, but you have to be tougher. You have to face it. So the challenges are there, but I just keep on pressing on. Initially, people really, really loved African print bags. But it's been in vogue for about 10 years now. I'm sure you've noticed. And so the novelty is wearing off a little bit with Ghanaians. So I found that it's normally the foreigners who love it now. About 60% of my customers are foreigners or Ghanaians who live abroad, like your good self. So when they come on holiday and they're going back, they want something African or Ghanaian, or they want presents to go give to people, and then they come and buy. The locals, maybe 40%, as in people who live in Ghana. Yeah, whereas initially it was like 80% people living in Ghana. Everyone wanted an African print bag.
So the trend is...
But yeah, it's sort of wearing off. It's not gone. People
is it
still
because it's saturated here? Do you think that is because a lot of people are doing it, and so the market is...
Thank you. Precisely. Whereas before there were only a few people doing it, you know, so it was like, it was nice, but now everybody's holding it. So, you know, people tell me that if I'm going to hold it, then it has to be good, then it has to be a Selena Bebb, where I know it's really outstanding. So if you notice, I've sort of moved away from using loads of prints on a bag. If you look at this one, for instance, it's more leather, and the print is just on the side. You know, I try to change it a little bit so that it's not too African print. Yeah.
But it has the African touch.
But it still has the African touch. Yes.
Selena, I want your advice. Okay, an advice that you would give to any young person who is trying to get into designing and fashion. What advice would you give them?
The first advice is make sure you're passionate about fashion. Make sure you're passionate about what you want to do, and be specific as to which area you want to go into as well, because there are different aspects of fashion. You know, we have the straight up designers who do the clothes, the couture things. Then we have accessories designers like myself. And then we have styling. We have stylists these days as well. So, you know, do you want to do clothes? Do you want to do accessories? Do you want to do footwear? Well, footwear is part of accessories. Or perhaps you want to do both. I know there's some designers who do everything. They do clothes, they do accessories. But I believe in finding your niche and then make sure you become an expert at it. That's why I concentrated on the accessories. And also I like to add that make sure you don't start off the company in debt already. You know, don't go borrowing from banks and savings and loans. Borrow from family. You know, that is what I did. I started on my own. You know, but gradually, when I needed help, family came in to help. And if you can get family help, then do that. And if you can save and start like I did, because initially I just saved and I started, do that as well. Don't go borrowing money and then you start, you're a baby entrepreneur and already you are in debt. It's not good. It's not a good place to start from.
And advice number 2 for people that live in the UK that have dreams of moving back to Ghana, what would be your advice to them as well?
Just take the leap of faith. You know, it's daunting, it's scary. People will discourage you. But if you truly know that moving back is what you want to do, my dear friend, please do it. You know, because some of us move back and we thrive, we do well. And others also stay in the UK and they do well. You've lived in the UK most of your life and you're doing well. You know, so you have to question yourself. Just assess yourself and think, you know, what are my potentials here? Am I going to be able to improve? If you feel like your life is stagnant like I felt and you're not going forward, you're not going backwards, then my dear, please move back. And when you come to have a clear plan, I had a clear plan. I wanted to work in the media. I started doing that. I was doing well. I moved into fashion. I'm doing well as well. I've, you know, put the media on hold, but I'm going to go back into the media again. So I want to encourage everyone, if you feel like coming and the edge is that strong, please just take the leap of faith. Like I said, it's scary, but when you come, you'll be just fine. It's not going to be easy. I don't want them to come and think it's so easy, because a lot of my friends contact me on social media and they're like, oh wow, I see you and you're doing so well and I want to move back as well. And I'm like, I'll encourage you to come, but I tell them it's not going to be easy. It will take a while.
So what are some of the other challenges that you faced when you moved back home?
I had to start all over from scratch. I came back to Ghana with just £150. That's how broke I was. I used all my redundancy money to do shopping and ship my things back to Ghana. Because, you know, I had to keep up appearance. I had to come and look good and not let anyone know I'd been made redundant, whatever. You know, so the main challenge was I was broke. It wasn't easy. Some people are able to save up. They're doing well in the UK, so they come and they start their event company or some big company straight away. Some of us, we had to come and work for GBC.
Before.
But it worked for me. At the appropriate time, God, you know, elevated me, and now I have my own business. So
So in the next couple of years, where do you see Selina Bear? Where do you want your brand to be?
I would love to open branches overseas, but not just in Europe and America. I'd love to have branches all over Africa as well, especially Nigeria and South Africa, because I know there's a huge market there. You know, so I'd love to open more branches, and even in Ghana, I'd love to be able to open a branch in Takoradi and Kumasi. My customers are always contacting me on Facebook, when are you coming to Kumasi? And you know, so very soon we'll be having a pop-up event in Kumasi actually. Oh, excellent. Because Kumasi has been calling for a long time.
Excellent. And how do you get your stuff to the UK actually? How's the export?
By air.
Okay.
You know,
DHL.
By air or posting, posting to.
And how's the Ghana posting service?
It's been reliable.
Yeah.
It's very good. Yeah. These days I've even stopped using the big names. You know, the DHL and UPS, because they're very expensive, and sometimes the postage alone will be more expensive than the bag the person is buying. It puts them off. So I use normal registered postage. If they're not in a hurry and I don't have to send it by air, I just use normal registered postage. And normally it's just a period of 2 weeks and they get it. And it's safe. We haven't had any problems so far.
And then, so can people order your products online? How do they order your products?
Yes, that's another thing I was going to say in the future. But it shouldn't be like years to come. Hopefully in just a few months time our e-commerce website will be working. Yes, we've been trying to turn our website into an e-commerce website so people can buy straight away and directly. So at the moment you can go to our social media pages or their website, and it's for viewing. So when you see what you like, you can do a screenshot or note the name of the product, and then you can send us an email or contact us via WhatsApp or a phone call, and then we arrange a payment and delivery method for you. Okay.
So made in Ghana, made in Africa. Do you think that we are getting there?
We're definitely getting there. And it's through the help of people like you, DENTAA. You're such a great champion for Made in Ghana, Made in Africa products. You do so much for us. Thank you so much. God bless you. Honestly, it's not because I'm on your show, but I see what you do out there, and it's really good. Look at what you're even wearing. All Made in Ghana, you know.
Selena Beb. Sadia.
Selena Baby.
You know,
so people like you, you are influencers. So when people see you working in Made in Ghana, they feel like working Made in Ghana as well. And we're getting there. We're proud of our prints now. We're proud of our designers. We're proud of our culture. Because it's part of our culture. You know, a lady saw me at the Guba Expo last year, and she bought the bag because it had the label on it. She said, "Oh my God, I don't need to go and buy Louis Vuitton and Gucci anymore. This is a Ghanaian designer. It's got your label. I can show my white friends that this is a designer from Ghana." You know, so I brand my product so well that it competes with the big designers out there. And so because of that, people feel proud to own it. And so, you know, even though it's made in Ghana, she feels like she's holding a Gucci bag. Of course. That's her personal Gucci, you know. So yeah, we're getting there. Honestly, I think most people have embraced it. We're doing such a good job. Yeah, you are doing such a good job. For me, I rock Selena Beb bags 24/7. People that know me know that I love her bags. But we've come to the end of the show. I know, it's been fun talking to you. It's been good talking to you as well. Time just went by so quickly. I know, but thank you so much for joining me. I must say as well that I'm very proud of what you've achieved. You are really putting Ghana on the map, as we usually say. You've created this beautiful bag, authentic bags, the unique bags that stand out on their own, that we can go out there and say, you know what, this is made in Ghana. So thank you so much. Keep going. Don't be discouraged. There will be challenges, as you said, but focus on your vision, focus on that goal, and we will see those bags in Selfridges. Amen and amen. Thank you so much, DENTAA. You're such an inspiration. You're such a great supporter of my brand, and I really appreciate that. So I'm officially the brand ambassador for Selena Beb. I wrote the letter myself, and she has endorsed it. So guys, thank you so much. Hope you've enjoyed the show. See you soon. Take care, and God bless.
Guba Diaspora Card welcomes you to the land of gold, Ghana. The Guba Diaspora Card is a unique loyalty card which gives you the opportunity to enjoy discounts of up to 15% on goods and services. You enjoy discounts of the best of hotels, amazing restaurants, beauty lounges, spas, health centers, fashion houses, and shopping centers in Ghana. The Guba Diaspora Card can also be used as a prepaid Visa card with Access Bank, our partners, offering you conveniences on all payment platforms. Applications is safe, secure, and valuable. Visit www.gubadiaspora.com. Guba Diaspora Card, the best traveling companion to Ghana.